What do you think about this whole reboot of the Wyatt family of sorts that's being teased here? There was a report this week that indicated that Eric Rowan could be on his way back to WWE to be a part of
Yeah.
that. There were reports months back before Bray passed that Eric Young was going to be involved with it, Alexa Bliss was going to be involved with it. What are your thoughts on continuing rather that Bray Wyatt legacy?
I feel like Wyndham could have turned the White Six into something very special. Very creative guy, very passionate, especially working with Triple H. I feel like he has a better understanding of stuff that is kind of out of the ordinary, out of the box, out of the normal parameters in pro wrestling. Um, but just now considering, Bray's awful and terrible passing, I feel like in memory of Bray, the Wyatt Six has a chance to do really good. And I think having people in it involved in it that were close to him that are really motivated to, carry on his legacy, really motivated to honor him, pay homage to him as time goes forward. I feel like it can be very successful, especially if it is done in the right way.
Would that be appealing to you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, anytime I have the opportunity to do Broken Matt Hardy, that's appealing to me. I'm much more open and willing, I think, to do Broken Matt Hardy than to do regular Matt Hardy at this stage of the game. Why? You may ask. Broken Matt Hardy is much more entertainment driven. Uh, Matt Hardy can still go out and he can still have good matches. But to really go out there and like kick ass and be extreme in the late 90s and early 2000s, whatever, that is much more challenging for me. I feel like it is more beneficial to me to work much smarter as opposed to trying to work harder. And then also work in a way that I integrate a lot of entertainment into whatever I'm doing. So yes, anytime a broken mat opportunity lies there for me, I'm always here for it.
Here's my one concern with this Wyatt Six or whatever it's going to end up being.
Hmm.
Bray Wyndham, there was just so much magic in a bottle, right? Like
Yep.
he was just so unbelievably talented and forward thinking and creative. And that's not to say that Taylor, Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, whatever you want to call him, isn't. I don't want to see someone trying to be Bray Wyatt because there's only going to be one Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
You know,
and
so
and
it's
they and you're right, John. They can't. They can't try and emulate Bray, and do the exact same things they would have to do. They would have to utilize his style and his creativity and walk down that avenue, but do it in their own words.
yeah.
They have to paint their own pictures.
I think a stable that is built around the idea of doing right by Bray as this
Yes,
folklore larger than life character, almost this godlike character where the mission of the stable is to do right by him and fulfill him. I think
right.
there's definitely legwork there to roll with. But if it's just doing the same spooky vignettes or cryptic speaking, I think that might not necessarily achieve the same level of success that we're accustomed to. So it's a very precarious situation they find in doing so. I don't think we've ever seen a situation like this before, Matt, where you've had this emulation idea, but also not treading on the exact same territory that this future Hall of Famer laid the groundwork for.
Yeah. I mean, one of the first things I suggested is for my say you have Broken Matt as part of the Wyatt Six, right? If Vanguard One shows up and a hologram pops out from here on out, the hologram we can do an AI. It's Bray Wyatt, and he is the one that is the mind of the group, and he is leading the group. He is the
Wow.
the beacon of light that carries things on. I think that's something that's very important, and I think that would help make this a success as well.
Yeah, I think I don't know about AI, but I feel like the idea of making Bray the purpose, making Bray the why behind whatever this is, that could lead to this being very successful. So, and
I
I mean,
I, I, I do too.